tearing.
This bout.
What a pleasure to be in this unique You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Oh, and this is really going to rub them the wrong way. Good counter punching. Can't score with that jab. So much hype surrounding this big. Clearly his opponent was too much for him and he's thrown in the towel. And that is that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got the...
Here comes the... Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest of all time, Pensacola's finest, an undisputed champion at 4 different weight classes.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, introducing an acclaimed 2-time middleweight champion of the world, known as the Miracle Man, Daniel, the Miracle Man Jacobs. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Take the phone off the hook. This is all I wanted to see right now, right in front of me.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one.
Good luck.
These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. That left hook misses. And he scores with the counter. Nice punch. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye. They're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Good counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Hey, those punches add up. Perfect counter shot. One punch could change everything in this battle. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Wow, it's like two.
Here we go. It's round 2. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Counter fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
No rest for the weary. The counter punching. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of defense here at all. You'd like to see more jabs. Straight right just misses. So much for boxing. This is a fight. And he wasn't ready for that counter counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
I seriously hope the judges kept their...
Let's get it started in round 3. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Jacobs in real trouble. That was the moment.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do you do? What do they tell him when he goes to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Nice counter shot. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. That bell could not have come. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Punch, counter punch. Catch and shoot. That counter shot lands. Straight right just misses. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can't land the jab there. Beautiful counter shot. This fight has a real good flow to it. Oh boy, the Miracle Man now in some trouble. And down goes the Miracle Man. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your blood.
Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
That big hook doesn't land. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. There's a counter shot. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four, five. Samson, are you okay?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Jacobs in that last round. Let's see how the... There's the bell to start round 6. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the foul in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line. Hold that thought. Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. Whoa, wait a minute. Uh-oh, code red time here for Daniel Jacobs. What is he going to do? How are they still standing?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
A perfect counter lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. How about that time counter shot? So much firepower here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Jacobs in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need... There's the bell to start round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They're going to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And that jab just missed with the left hand. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. That right hook won't score. Neither fighter willing to slow down. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved. And there's the bell for round 8. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not clean. Be sharp.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And that left hook doesn't find its target. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
They've done it before.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Here comes the Bronx Bull, Jake LaMotta. His 6 fights against Sugar Ray Robinson have gone down in boxing legend. There's no one tougher than this man. So here is...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the Bronx, New York, with 106 fights in his remarkable career, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the middleweight champion of the world, known as the Raging Bull, introducing Jake LaMotta. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing the newly crowned champion, holding a record of 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the young, undefeated, and newly crowned IBF middleweight champion of the world, known as Captain Hook, introducing Roy Jones Jr.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
This is an arena fight. You couldn't have got anybody else in this place.
Under the bright lights here for this one. Really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. Nice job blocking the left hook. A perfect counter shot. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
A little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. The jab slightly off target. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talking about LaMotta in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for the... Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice counter shot. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. This fight has a real good flow to it. Nice punch. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about LaMotta in that last round. In a round that seemed like...
Calm yourself down.
On to the third. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. Those counter punches have to hurt. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Good counter punch. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. That jab misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about LaMotta in that last round. As bad as boxing judging. Here we go to the fourth round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Perfect counter lands. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Nice job by him to block that jab. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
How about that time counter shot? We wanted action, and they are giving us action. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about LaMotta in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win them. On to the fifth we go. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. See a jab from these two. Nice exchange here from both men. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good counter punching. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They exchange punches. That jab misses. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talking about LaMotta in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Right, let's get out there.
On to the sixth round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come up and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Beautiful counter punch. Nope, that jab not going to score. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Punch, counter punch. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Look at him go, digging deep, just firing to the ribcage. The jab doesn't quite connect. Both want the knockout. The straight right just misses. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about LaMotta in that last round. You know that bell was...
Come on.
Here comes round 7. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And he scores with the counter. much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold it right there. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. How is this fight still continuing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. This fighter has been down twice. They've got to up their game here. Round 8, and we're off again. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Straight right just misses. Stamina is off the charts. There's a counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see 2 boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. Yes, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. Fantastic punch. And they block the right uppercut. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. It was as close as we thought it was, and this fight is a split